It is scheduled day in the NFL, and we now know when the Raiders will play in all 17 games this season.
Yeah, 13 Action News anchor Ross DiMatteo right now joins us live in studio. And Ross, we know about the big Monday night home opener, and also now we're learning the Raiders, they are playing on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, guys, hot off the presses. We just got our hands on the Raiders schedule. This literally dropped just minutes ago, so this is our first time actually seeing their full 2021 schedule, and I want to break it down game by game with you. And really, the Week 1 matchup may be the biggest of the year. We've known about this since this morning, but still, hosting the Ravens in prime time on Monday Night Football at home at Allegiant Stadium. You're only going to be able to catch that game right here on Channel 13, and this is a big matchup. This could be the first time that we have a full arena, a full Allegiant Stadium full of Raiders fans. We know that they missed out on that last year because of the pandemic. We're going to have more on that coming up in just a minute, but let's go through the rest of this because, again, we just got our hands on this. So Week 2, the Raiders travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers, come back home for Week 3. You'll notice this is a pattern. They alternate going on the road, then coming back home throughout the first half of the season. So they host the Dolphins in Week 3, travel to LA to take on the Chargers. That opens up division play in Week 4. Then they come back here to Allegiant to host the Bears in Week 5 before traveling to Denver to take on the Broncos in Week 6. I got Week 7 circled on my schedule, hosting my Philadelphia Eagles right here at Allegiant Stadium. And then you see right smack dab in the middle of the schedule, Week 8, that will be the Raiders' bye. And then really things get interesting in the second half of the season. It's shaping up to be a difficult second half. You see they travel to New York to take on the Giants before hosting, yeah, you know they're circling this one on the schedule, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, their division rivals, arch rivals here in Week 10 against the Chiefs. Then they host the Bengals in Week 11. This one's interesting. In Week 12, they travel to Dallas, to Jerry World on Thanksgiving to take on the Cowboys. They haven't done that since 2013. And then in Week 13, they host the Washington football team before traveling to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs. Again, only 4 weeks separating those two matchups. You know that's going to be heated. And then in week 15, they travel to the Browns to Cleveland, I should say, to take on the Browns before hosting the Broncos in Week 16. In Week 17, they travel to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And then finally, Week 18, you notice that there are 17 games this season. They extended the season this year. They're going to be hosting the Chargers from LA. So it's going to be action-packed. But I want to talk about that Week 1 matchup here. The Raiders hosting the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football at Allegiant Stadium. You're only going to be able to catch that here on Channel 13. And the Raiders have said that they hope to fill Allegiant Stadium at 100% capacity for home games this season. Now, if that is the case, then Week 1 would be the first Raiders game with fans in the stands since Allegiant Stadium opened up last year. And earlier today, I spoke with a longtime Raiders fan. He's a member of the Black Hole, just to get his thoughts on fans filling Allegiant Stadium for the first time in that big Monday night matchup with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
Our defense is going to be tested. Gus Bradley is going to have his work cut out for him. Lamar Jackson, come on. They got to contain that guy. Man, the Raider Nation is excited to get in that stadium. We got to see it from a distance on TV, but to actually be in your seat with the nation, screaming our butts off, it's going to be, words from my man Double G, it's going to be an epic night.
Epic night. Like I said, the Raiders-Ravens Week 1 matchup is the only game that we had confirmed earlier this morning. Again, we just got the full schedule. It's been fun breaking it down. Can you tell I'm excited for football? I've been refreshing the page constantly. We'll break this down even more and more length coming up at 6:30. Todd and Tricia, back to you guys.
Yeah, Ross, I know you're going to be immediately try and get those tickets to that Eagles game there once they arrive here in Las Vegas. All right, well, thank you for that. Well,